Hi Flosstube, I'm Jem and this is my channel, Stitch and Jem. And this is a Flosstube channel about cross stitch and quilting and retreats and shopping and all those good things. So I'm back for episode number 6 and I've been to StitchCon. I have reached 1,500 subscribers and I am just so grateful. I am so grateful for the friends that I made at StitchCon and all the memories and getting to spend time with the solo stitchers. I love them so much. And I have a lot to show today. It is going to be jam-packed with haul and whips and a StitchCon recap and the giveaway winners. So let's get right into that. I want to start off with the giveaway winners. So that way, you know, sometimes people don't want to watch all the way to the end of the video or they don't want to hear all about StitchCon or whatever. So I am going to start off, and I will put the names below as well. The first giveaway was Plum Street's Flag Thief. Sorry, I had to put a little note in there. And the winner is Andre Williams, 1954. Congratulations, Andre. The next one was Flea Market Baskets. And the winner of number 2, Flea Market Baskets, is at Kathy OK. And like I said, I'll put it down here so that it's clear. Number 3 was Bloom Where You're Planted. And the winner is at Dawn USILTON 8120. Congratulations. Number 4 was Strawberry Fair. And the winner of Strawberry Fair was Margaretta, I think I pronounced that right, 5999. Congratulations. And then last but not least, for the $25 123 Stitch gift card is at Christy Hunter. And again, I will put your name down there. But congratulations to everybody. And thank you for everybody who participated in the giveaway. I am going to be going to Texas for the next 10 days. So I will get those out as soon as I get back. Sorry, it's going to take so long, but I just don't have time to do it today. And I'm leaving first thing in the morning tomorrow. I also, but as far as the $25 123 Stitch gift card, I will be able to do that just by email. So contact me. And my email is in the description box below, but it is thesolostitchers@gmail.com. Okay, now that we've done the giveaways, I want to do finishes. And I've got a finished for now, which is my Faith, Hope, Love Mystery Salve by Fox and Rabbit. And here it is. And this month was really short and sweet, and I'm so grateful because I didn't want to take this with me to StitchCon. It's just too hard to like count because you have to really count. And here is my June. And so June is just hope and those 2 little small motifs next to it. And Krista, I hope you can see that well. And this is on 40 count vellum, and I'm using a misdyed Hank by Color and Cotton. Number 142. Look at that. So I was glad to get that finished up. I finished that when I got home from StitchCon. And then this was my StitchCon finish. And it's just real teeny tiny, but it is from the book I Love More Strong. And of course, I love all the Blackbirds. So there is the little bitty, and it's called On the Alder Bow. And here's my finish. Now I'm ripping out those two little small specialty stitches here, but other than that, it's finished. And instead of like putting 1821, I think is what it was, I just charted 24. And I'm stitching this on 40 count Maple Bar by Cedar River Linen. And I love it. I'm going to turn it into a pillow. And those were my finishes. I did have some starts, and just because these are housed in the same bag, I'm going to start with this. And this is one of my Market Mania starts. And it is the cover on the Moments of Glad Grace, also by Blackbird. And you know what? This border has 3 colors of green in it. It's crazy, but it's so pretty. And so excuse the hanging threads, but let's see how this goes. This is the bottom. Here is my progress. And I'm also stitching this on 40 count Maple Bar by Cedar River. And look at that. So I'm just trucking right along. And I love that one so much. And I will be possibly taking that one down to Texas with me to stitch on while I'm at my mom's. Okay, my next start was also my Market Mania start, and it is housed in my bag from Tammy Latimer. I love her bags. Vintage Stitchers. Vintage Stitchers. And she's on Etsy. And I used the Vicki Clayton Silks for this. Look at that. Look how pretty they are. And shiny. And that is because of Jessica Sweetwater Stitcher, but here's the chart, Many Mansions. And this was my second Market Mania start. And here's my progress. Now, on this JK, because that's actually my mom's initials, it's real ghosty. They're right here. And I'm going to rip that out, and I'm going to put them in another color. Like the red and the pink, or, you know, pink that she loves. So I'm stitching this on 40 count Athos by Tropical Stitches. And this is the nicest linen. It's kind of getting washed out, but there it is. And so that was another start. My next start was my StitchCon start, and me and the Solo Stitchers are all stitching this, and I did a week's conversion, but this is Stitcher's Retreat House by Pansy Patch. And this is so cute. And I know that Burn Stitches and Jordan the Tattooed Stitcher, they stitch this for each other. And we're all stitching ours individually, of course, but here are my week's colors. So obviously, I toned them down from the brightness and primed them up, and they're all weeks. So, and here is my progress. Oh, and I'm stitching this on 40 count doubloon by Picture This Plus. And look at all that stitching I got done at StitchCon. Shut up. Can't believe that I did get so much stitching done. But I love this, and I'm definitely taking this down to Texas to stitch on while I'm at my mom's. And I think I'm just gonna like really stitch on that until I get it finished. That and my model stitch that I have going for Prairie Moon, which I have not stitched on at all, so I'm not showing it. But okay, now just to regular whips. On the 25th of every month, I stitch on Christmas Garden by Blackbird. Let me just get to the picture of it. There's so many good things in this book, but this is Christmas Garden. And I'm stitching this also with Vicki Clayton Silks on 36 count Heritage by Picture This Plus. And I tried to get that deer done, but I took this to my stitch day because Prairie Moon, the last Saturday of every month, there is all the stitchers go and we have a stitch day. And I took this because it was the 25th. And so I was talking more than I was stitching. And so I got that half of the deer done. And again, I'm stitching this on 36 count Heritage by Picture This Plus using the Vicki Clayton Silks. But I love it. And then many people had a leap year start this year. Sorry, having a little trouble getting this back in the bag. That's fine. And of course, I did my leap year start. I did a leap year start, and my leap year start was the Smith sampler. As soon as I can get out the cover photo, that'd be great. Unprepared. Oh, okie-dokie. And the Smith sampler is by the Scarlet house. And I love Tanya. And again, we stitch, or most people are stitching on their leap year start on the 29th of every month. And I'm using the Roxy Floss conversion that Handmade by Sarah W. came up with, and I absolutely love Roxy Floss. And I thought I would also use their linen because I was looking for something like the cover photo. And so I am stitching this on 40 count Panettone. And here's my progress. I actually have some progress this time. And so that is a page, that is a page finish, surprisingly enough. That doesn't look like much. If I would have finished filling out the green in the background. And, this is the nicest linen, and look at those colors. They're just so pretty. The variegation is nice and subtle, but it's obviously there, and I love this. So, on the 29th, I will get back to that. Thank God I have 4 years. That's all I can say. It's probably taken me that long. The next whip is the Twisted Rainbow Sampler, and it's by Northern Expressions Needlework. And there's two versions of this. The one that's all cross stitch and the one that is with specialty stitches. And me and Ashley from the Solo Stitchers, we are doing the specialty stitches one, and so I needed her to help me with the specialty stitches in order to, and so we did this at StitchCon on the Saturday. We were at StitchCon before the auction and everything, and so I gotta get this close for you guys. Look at my, I don't even know what they're called. They're some sort of eyelets. And I got a few of them done. Of course, I had to rip out like 85,000 times because I didn't understand it. But once you get going, and then I'll also have to put this in a hoop. But look at them. I did it. So I'll probably finish that in 20,000 years. And I'm using all the called for DMC on it. And then last but not least for my whips is American Welcome by Plum Street. And at StitchCon, we all took a picture with this. All the people that were working on it, because Pam and Stitchy Linda, so many people are working on it. Deb from Snug Harbor. And so I got a little done on this, not a lot, by no means. And there's my progress. And I started on that house and finished up the leaves, and I need to put in the pelican eye, but he's kind of ghosting out on camera because it's washing out, but it looks really good in person. Like you can really see the pelican. Yeah. And those were my whips. And I think I'm going to take American Welcome as well down to my mom's because I would like to work on it and get some progress on it because it's a really, really fun stitch. Okay, that was my finishes, my starts, and my whips. And now I want to go into a little bit of plans, like what I plan, because Juneteenth is the 19th, of course, and I am going to have a Juneteenth start. I've spoken about this before, but want to just, and I'll kit it up, and I think I'm just going to use a called for DMC on this, and I haven't picked my fabric or anything, but I'll be at my mom's, so I am taking this to start. Day of Jubilee by Silver Creek Samplers. And she gives an explanation of this 1849 in the flag. I will be changing mine to 1865. I talked to Deb, Stitches of Heritage, about it, and we agreed that she's doing hers that way as well, and I will be doing mine that way. And I just love this chart. I loved it from the moment it came out. Yeah. But some association with this house or something is why she has, it's a historic church, is why she has that 1849. But again, I will be changing mine to 1865. So that's going to be my Juneteenth start, and I am so excited. I am so excited about that. And then Corinne from Prairie Creates mentioned this on her channel, and I reached out to her and I said, I have this too, and it's the Phoenix Sampler by Twin Peak. And we decided that it would be a perfect time to start it on July 1st. And she's not small, but she's not terribly big. And so looking forward to it. I did get some 40 count color and cotton, like a bluish gray, when I was at Keepsakes. And I will be stitching that with all of the called for overdyes. And there's a lot of floss in this chart, a lot. But I'm going to kit that up at Prairie Moon as soon as I get home from my mom's, because this is the floss list. And so you can do all DMC if you wanted to, but I think that I want to do the classic colorworks in the weeks. And like I said, they have it's quite a few, but I'm excited about it. And the stitch count on this is 241 by 241. So it's large, and I'll be stitching it on 40 count. So it'll be good. And so those are my plans. We are about to go into the haul portion of this program, and there is a lot. I am going to do first my haul that is just regular haul, and then I'm also going to do my StitchCon haul, and then I'll start talking about StitchCon and how wonderful it was and how much fun we had, and have all the pictures inserted somewhere. I'm going to try to do that. We'll see how it works out. But so haul. Whew. I got my normal 3 skein color and cotton. And look how pretty that purple is. Oh. And my floss from Happy Little Stitch Shop. And this is all gassed. Gentle Arts. And look at those. Those are so pretty. Then my, let's see. I don't know if these are my clubs, or I know that the one more reproduction. So I got a 40 count, one more reproduction by, Beez Stitch Me. There you go. I got Not Another Sampler, also by Beez Stitch Me. Sorry, it's like hard to not, and I don't want to take everything out of the plastic because then it'll be even more of a mess than it is in here already. This is a club. This is 40 count Fresco by Picture This Plus. And this is gorgeous. Like, this doesn't have like a sticky closure, so I can take this out and easily put it back in, and I'm sorry for the crinkle. But look at that 40 count Fresco. I love this. Oh, and that's good. It has some blue in it. And so that is my Picture This Plus stash building club that I do with Traditional Stitchers in Canada. I am also a part of the Fox and Rabbit Fabric of the Month Club put on by Garon. And this time it was Kathy's Stormy Skies. And you guys know, I mean, that is gorgeous. And everybody knows that like this would be good on for like Halloween, or even just like a really moody sampler. I love it. Oh, and it's 40 count. Then this was the Fabric of the Month Club from Beez Stitch Me, I think. Mixed Neutral Club. Yeah. And it's called Gray Magic. Look at that. That is so good. Yeah, that's a good. Sorry, this is like a weird pose. Watch it end up being my thumbnail. And then we were able to pre-order, do a little pre-order situation from Color and Cotton. And anytime that there is a Color and Cotton where I can get some of their fabric, I've tried to do it. And this is 40 count buttermilk. There we go. Yes, please. I love it. Oh, there we go. It's really light and smooth. And then just random, my friend Connie from the Solo Stitchers, she is an Oaken fanatic, and I don't know what I got this for, but I'm almost positive it was something Blackbird, but 40 count Oaken by Picture This Plus. And I just got this just to have it. It's just, they had it, and I was like, yes, I have to have this. So pretty. Okay, so that is, and then while we were at StitchCon, me and Ashley, and if anybody has ever been to StitchCon, or like last year or this year she's saying as well, she is the opera singer, and she really blew us away again this year. So I'll get more into that whenever I get to my StitchCon recap. But we have the same birthday, November 14th, and we were talking about what we were going to do for our birthday starts, and this came into my email and was on sale from 123 Stitch, and so I had to have it. And let me see if I can go without tape. And it is Samplers aux Medallions by Garden-Blackbird. And I am going to change the colors just a bit. Like, I'm going to change it to like darker colors. So like I'll keep the yellow is really nice and like a cheddar, and like there's some burgundy and I love that, but like the blue I want to change to a darker blue, and the green I also want to be like forest green. I want it to be just like richer in color, darker colors. And Katie from So Tattered, hi Katie, she was talking about how she's funny about her blues, and that's how I am with my greens. Like, oops, I'm sorry if I bumped the camera. So this is my birthday start, our birthday start. And if you guys wanted to do this with us right now on 123 Stitch, it is $9.99. It's on sale. So I got that. And then I am in the Black Cat Stitchery quarterly project bag club. And here is the project bag we got this year. Vintage chickens. And it's nice. Here's... it's cute. So I got that. And then Prairie Moon Primitives is also, this is the thing, you guys. My LNS is also a wool store and a quilt store. And they had everything that was on a bolt 20% off. So started out with, this was on a bolt. And this is by Fancy That. I can't, but look at all these panels. Oh, they're so pretty. And they are all hems. They're all, you know, Christian hymns. And so I don't know what I'm going to do with this, but I had to have it in my stash. Just to have it. And then I have a charm pack that I'm going to make. And this is been out for a while, but she still had some on the bolt, so. And then to finish my StitchCon small, I got this, and just to have it. And this deserves to be pulled all the way out because I love it. Look at this fabric. Yes, please. Don't have a clue if I ever even want to cut into it because it's so gorgeous, but it's yellow. That's my jam. And it's vintagey and oh, it's just gorgeous. And so I got quite a bit of this, I think. And then I'd never seen this before. Don't know who it's by, don't know anything about it. But when I saw it, I had to have it. And oh my God, like, look at the colors in this. Now, I don't ever know if I'll cut into this. People are like, oh, what are you going to do with it? And I'm like, I don't know. Just have it, look at it, like I do all my other fabric. No comment on my fabric. And so I just want you guys to be able to see all the little beautiful animals that are on here. I mean, look at that bunny. And then there's, look at that sheep. I mean, there's so much, but it was gorgeous, and I had to have this. So I just bought I don't know what I got of it. And then I already have one of these, but a while ago, actually quite some time ago, Ginger from Prairie Primitives ordered more of these because they were sold out forever. And it's project bag panel of Pride and Prejudice. Now stop it. Anybody who knows me knows I love Pride and Prejudice. I love. And I have 2 of these, and I'm going to have these made into bags, but oh my god. And then I have some coordinating fabric, this line too, Pride and Prejudice line. Yes, yes. This says, I love Mr. Darcy. Yes, I do. Yes, I do. So, I'm going to have those made into bags. Or make them myself if I ever get my sewing machine fixed. Why don't I use one of my other 7 sewing machines? I don't know. It's not logical. But that is my regular haul. And don't mind me while I sit here and clean this up. That was a lot. And a lot of it came while I was out of town. So I was like, oh man. Okay, let's get into StitchCon. So StitchCon was incredible. And the most incredible part, of course, is like seeing your friends and doing all the things. But one of the things that you do is shop and shop and shop. And we didn't just do StitchCon. We didn't just do Keepsakes. We didn't just do the Annex. We went to Craft Gallery in Findlay, Ohio, because they have an exclusive chart there, and we all wanted it, and we wanted fabric, and we wanted to go to another cross-stitch store. And we got there early just to do so. So on Tuesday, we went to the zoo. We went to the Cincinnati Zoo, and it's also a botanical garden, and I did not know that, and it was gorgeous. And I will try to insert some pictures at the end of just a little slideshow of like the highlights of the zoo and the botanical garden and craft gallery, and then get into the StitchCon pictures. But so let's start out with my StitchCon, I would say, haul. Now, at Craft Gallery, they had a bin that was like half off everything, and I saw this and I was like, yes. I commented on something that on Instagram on something in this, and Vicky said, yeah, they should have it at your LNS and yada yada yada. Well, I saw it at Craft Gallery and I was like, yes please. My sister says I never stitch anything for her, and so when I saw this I was like, okay, I'll get this and stitch it for her. And it's by Needlework Press, one of my faves. So this is a present for my sister, 1823. So I picked that up for half off. I got this. I'd never seen this before, and this is by Summerhouse Stitchworks, and it's called A Bee in Your Bonnet, and it is just, you know, bees, yellow. I could put this on that buttermilk that I got. Yeah. And so I'd never seen it before, and I loved it, so I bought that at Keepsakes. I did not buy this at Keepsakes. Sheila was shopping, and I was like, ooh, I've always loved that chart, and I have the perfect fabric for it. And she acted like she was going to buy it for herself and bought it for me. So thank you, Sheila, again. And this is Merry Christmas Sampler by Pansy Patch. And I'm not even a Christmas stitcher, but I'm a sampler stitcher. And so, oh my God, I love this so much. So got that. This was half off at Craft Gallery. My Home in the Garden by Hello from Liz Matthews. And I picked that up. And then Craft Gallery, I don't know how I didn't have this book, but Sewing Club by Blackbird. And there's so many projects in here that I want to do. So got that. And then on the charts, last but not least, this is the reason I wanted to go to Craft Gallery so badly, because this is exclusive to them, in his image. Let me take it out, because the details in this chart are incredible. And look at that. And I don't know if you guys can see this, but this is a black woman and a white male, and the white male has gray hair, and that could be me and my husband, because my husband's hair is gray. I love this so much. I've loved it for a long time. And the girls had never heard of it, the Solo Stitchers. And when they saw it, they all bought it, of course, too. Look how pretty that is. So we're all going to start this, don't know when. But it is incredible. Okay. And now, and then needle minder from Craft Gallery. Oh, this. Pete's Beez and more. I wasn't even going to get this. Holds the scissors. This is the one that Elizabeth Ann said you could put the tiny town around. And Sheila and Connie from the Solo Stitchers bought one of these, and they're like, oh, these are so gorgeous, and so on and so forth. Then I was like, well, I don't want to be left out. So I'm planning on getting some Kohanas and some fancy scissors and stuff, and so I'll put those in there. And I only have one tiny town, and it's a honey of a tiny town, and yes, I'll stitch it and put it around here, just so I could be a part of the group. But isn't it pretty? And they said stuff like hand turned and stuff like that. I don't know what any of that means. I just know that I had to have one. And then this was hidden in my fabric, but a lot of people know that my tastes have changed quite a bit since I started stitching, and this is a prime example of it. This is Maria Higginson, 1837 by Stacy Nash, and Stacy Nash used to be too primitive for me. Well, that ship has sailed. Look at that sampler. Look at that house. Had to have this. And so this was half off at Craft Gallery, so I got this too. And now onto the fabric. I did get quite a bit of fabric, and you know, everybody knows this, how hard it is to like pick fabric, buy fabric that you've never seen online. You never know if it's going to show up pink or greenish or whatever. So I thought, you know what, I'm going to buy fabric when I can see it in person. You know, my LNS does not have like over-dyed, hand-dyed fabric at this time. But that may change, you never know. So let me start off with the fabric that I got. So at Craft Gallery, I got a 46 count Dames of the Needle Mad Hatter's tea towel. Yes. This is Needle and Flax. These first two are 46. Needle and Flax Brea, 46 count. Oh, yes, please. Yes, please. So those are my two 46 counts. I'm getting into the 46 count. Then I'm going to have to start all over building my stash. This is Laura's fabric, and this is Callum. Let me turn it around so you can see. 40 count. All the rest of these are 40. Ooh, yes, please. And then this is Picture This Plus Ancient. Yes. I love anything with hints of like blue in it. And who knows what I'm going to stitch on this, but I had to have it. 40 count Winter Brew by R&R. 40 count Forbidden Fiber toasted coconut. And these are showing up pretty true. 40 count Fawn by Lakeside. Oh, Craft Gallery has Lakeside. 40 count Meadow Rue by Lakeside. Yes, please. I should have got fat halves of these, but I didn't. I got a fat quarter because like I knew I was going to buy so much more. So look at that Meadow Rue. Oh my God. All the Lakeside. 40 count Fiber on a Whim Cream and Sugar. Most people have seen that. 40 count Brenda's Brew by R&R. Yes. Yes. 40 count Lap and Loops Crip Cloth. Yes. I had to have this. This is so gorgeous. 40 count Chocolate Milk by Fabrics by Stephanie. This is like, oh my God. See why I had to have all these? 40 count Needle Bling Cookie Dough. Ooh. Fox and Rabbit Up in the Attic. 40 count. Mystic Fabrics, Everything Else. And we got this because at Craft Gallery, that in his image, that exclusive Teresa Kogut chart, a man had stitched it on this and everybody was going crazy because the model was incredible. And so I just picked it up just in case I decide maybe I want to stitch my in his image. And the other solo stitchers, they are going to both stitch theirs on in his image. I mean, they're in his image on this Everything Else by Mystic Fabrics. And it is really pretty. But I got mine at, they didn't have any 40 count at Craft Gallery, so I got this at Keepsakes. Almost done. 40 count Heartland by Picture This Plus. Yes. And then my Phoenix sampler, I'm stitching on this Color and Cotton Tinsmith 40 count. I love it. And that is my fabric haul from StitchCon. I also have some other things that I got from StitchCon that I put away in here, like charts. And so Annie Turner from the proper stitcher, not from the proper stitcher, she is the proper stitcher. She was there and she was the most incredible person, sweetest person I have ever met. And of course I wanted to pick this up. Look at that yellow house. The Autumn Sampler by the Proper Stitcher. Lauren, the New Hampshire stitcher, model stitched this, and ever since she did, and they had an artsy housewife trunk show at StitchCon this year. So I picked up the flower pot sampler. If it's got sampler in the title and it's yellow, you know that I probably picked it up. So I got that. And then another example of that is the Pumpkin Lane sampler by Erin Elizabeth Designs. And this came out at Market, I think. And I don't know how it wasn't in my lineup, but it wasn't. But I got this. Ooh. And then I also picked up the Honey Craftsman sampler by Stitchy Pros. And I've never stitched any of their stuff before, but they had a trunk show at the Annex in at StitchCon, so I picked that up. And then this was Carrie Tiger Lily's birthday sale, and I debated and going back and forth on whether or not, you know, and then my sister's sampler had a trunk show there. And so I went ahead and picked it up. I love it. Of course, like, I'm sure there's still people stitching for her sal, but I need to get the Vicki Clayton silks and get that stitched up, or get it started at least. And then they had this it was Outnumber the Shamrocks thread pack, but I don't even know what chart that is. It's also by Stitchy Pros, but I just saw this like cottage garden thread pack there and loved all these colors. And might use these colors for my birthday start. But look at that, how gorgeous those are. And so I picked those up. Another gift that was bought for me from Sheila. Thank you, Sheila. Her and Connie bought one of these, and I was like, well, I want one. And then I was like, no, it's fine, I won't get one. And then she was like, just had it there waiting for me one day. Thank you, Sheila. You guys, the solo stitchers, they spoil me to no end. And then, let's see, did I have anything? I also bought this project bag by Tammy Blaylock, Creative Country Girl. And look at that. It's just so unique, you know, and I just had to have it. And lucky for me, so I got up at 6 a.m. the first day that the Annex opened, and I was first in line because they had one of these and one only of these. And it's a project folder by Cricklewood. And look at that. Let me show you the inside. It is so well made. It's so heavy duty. And it's yellow. And there's just all the little embellishments, and that's all embroidered. And then there's this needle minder, and the charms are so beautiful and heavy duty. And then there's pockets here, pocket here. And then it closes by magnet. So I will definitely be taking this to the attic when I go for summer school. And any of, you know, put a couple of samplers in here, and I love this so much. And it was very, very reasonably priced, must I say. So surprised, but it was so worth it. And so that is all of my StitchCon haul. Now let's go on to like the StitchCon gifts. Now I'm not going to show you everything because we'll be here for 5,000 years, but there were a couple of things that I wanted to grab. So hold please. So first, whenever you, you know, go to registration, or when you go get your table, sitting down there was this beautiful jar with Ohio at the top, and I just thought that was so cute. So we got that. This bag is huge, and thank God, because I needed extra space when I got back, but this is the StitchCon bag this year. Love it. It's so big. It's so nice. And then, of course, your passport. They always do a Just Cross Stitch magazine in like all of your, in your bag. There is there's a lot of other stuff too. Like obviously like your name badge, and you get all that stuff. And so, you get all those little goodies plus the freebie charts. Now, table mates, the solo stitchers, we always sit together, obviously. And we did table mate gifts the night before on Wednesday night. And we did that last year too. This year we had an Airbnb, so everybody came over and we exchanged gifts. And I put all of my like StitchCon little freebies and gifts and things like in here. And Maureen, one of the solo stitchers, made this bag for me. She knows I love yellow. I was obsessed with it. I started screaming like a crazy person. Oh my goodness, my stitching mat that I got from Sheila is in my stuff to take to my mom's. So I don't want to unpack that, but it's gorgeous. And I'll try to insert a picture of it somewhere so you guys could see it. I did 2 project bags for the girls and filled them with stuff. And they're Teresa Kogut fabric. And I had these made. And so there's everything from needle minders to little stitchy, just so many incredible gifts that I got from the girls. Counting pins. And I also, the big thing that we get every year, well, we've gotten 2 years in a row, are these customized Yetis that Connie gets us. And mine was red this year, and I squealed like a crazy person whenever. And Ashley, look at that. It says Solo Stitchers on it. Stitchy cards. Project cards from Sheila. Look at these earrings. Stitch earrings from Ashley and Karen. And just, there's a lot of goodies in here. I also filled my bag with a few goodies. And so a little bit more. Now, there's a smalls exchange at StitchCon, and I've been wanting ever since I saw Brenda and Laura to start a little sampler bowl. And this was my StitchCon small that I got. Look at that beautifulness. Now this is hummingbirds. I'm not sure what the chart name is, but yes, that will be going in my sampler bowl that I haven't bought yet, but I'm going to. And okay, you guys, I don't know. And then Ashley's already finished hers because she started hers at StitchCon, but this Life is Better by Lizzie Kate, and she kitted it up. Oh, okay. And so and this is another one of those little books that we got from in our StitchCon bag, and just so many things. Just all the things. There's so many goodies. It's hard to even. There was another Oklahoma stitcher there, and look at this. She gave me a gift, and it's got a needle minder in it that has the Oklahoma on one side, and then 2024. Just so thoughtful. There's so much stuff here. You know, I can't think of the company name. but they do the woodworking and they do these floss winders. Well, I have one of these, but I wanted a longer one for like my DMC or so. Got one of those. It's haul. Sorry, kind of getting all. And okay, I don't know how many of you have ever met Shelly Fry from Antique Needlework, but I had already messaged her on Instagram and I said, you know, I can't wait to meet you and I'll be the crazy person. And trust me, I went crazy when I met her. Anyways, I was talking to her and Carrie from Tiger Lily were stitching on 56 count, and we were talking about me going to the attic and summer school, and we were going to definitely try 56 count. And so she's like, well, you need a hoop, you need to, you know, and you can still do this sewing method in the hoop. And she shows me how, and I was like, okay, tell me what hoop I need to buy. And she's like, no, I'll bring you one tomorrow. So she brings me, now she's got a bunch, but it doesn't matter. I can't believe I'm even in possession of this hoop. She's like, use a little small hoop, and the best ones are the antique ones. And so this, my friends, is from Shelly, and it is one of her antique hoops, and she showed me how to use it, and I love this so much, Shelly, and thank you so very much. You're the sweetest for this. And just, it was incredible to meet you, and I'm just so grateful that we are friends now. And I will be using this when Krista, get ready. Krista, the Wildflower Stitcher, and I already discussed it. We're trying 56 count when we go to the attic in August. So I've got my hoop ready. Thank you so much, Shelly. Okay, that was like incredible. Okay, so now we're gonna get into the incredibleness of StitchCon, all of the recap. This is filled with scissors that I received from Solo Stitchers and gifts, and this little case Sheila gave to us. Look at that. And you can put your glasses in it. It's got 2 pockets on each side. It's got little sewing. I mean, look at this. Like the gifts, they're too much. They're just too much. I want to make sure that I don't forget anything. This is haul. I bought this, but they have these there. Isn't that cute? Zipper pull or... Ooh. Okay. So, StitchCon was more than just shopping. It was so many wonderful memories. We went to the zoo, we did all the things, and the first year, last year when I went to StitchCon, obviously, it was our first StitchCon. It was the first time I was meeting the Solo Stitchers, so I wasn't as pumped about meeting other floss tubers as I was to meet the Solo Stitchers, and just, you know, and we ended up being perfect and acting like we knew each other for years, and we felt like we knew each other for years, and it was just incredible. And this year I was like, I'm not going to be scared to go up to any floss tubers and introduce myself and take pictures with them. And then I accidentally bumped into Tara Sullivan, Sully Stitches, and there was a whole thing that happened. So if you know, you know. Tara, you know if you know. But Stephanie from Just Keep Stitching Steph, she will tell you I'm notorious for making somebody love me and making people my bestie. So she bumped into her. I was like, I'm never washing this shirt again, the shirt that I had on. And somebody at her table said, you need to have her sign it. And I was like, yes, do you have a Sharpie? And she had a Sharpie. So it started a whole thing. So this happened. This happened. So Elizabeth Ann Can Stitch was there. We wanted to meet her so much, and Tara was the only one who signed down here at the bottom. She was the first. And so I have Sarah from Sarah's Stitchery. Of course, I have Shelly, Antique Needleworkers. I have Elizabeth Ann Can Stitch, Candy 614 Stitcher, Annie the Proper Stitcher. Of course, I had Zan, Crazy Band Lady, Bridgen. Of course, see, I can say this. See, I love you, bestie, Stephanie. Of course, Stephanie. Cam the Stitcher, Marjorie Maid. Oh my gosh, they were incredible too. And just so many wonderful Flosstubers signed my shirt the first night, and that was a whole thing. And it was just incredible, you guys. Like, I'm so glad that I met them. But who I will never leave off of here, and who is very special in my heart now, is Carolyn Zook. Me and Carolyn Zook. Keepsakes Stitches, if you don't know. I'm sure you do. I'm sure everybody does. But we were instantly bonded. I don't even know how else to say that. We felt like we had known each other for years, and we were just instantly comfortable with each other, and it was so wonderful to meet her. I did her, if people know this about me, but I'm really big into astrology. Like, not the future telling part of it, but just the personality interpretation. And so she wasn't sure if she was an Aries or a Pisces. And I said, well, let's do your chart. And she knew what time she was born. So we did her chart, and it was great. It was so wonderful. So now she's got her birth chart, and she is an Aries, just in case anybody was curious about that. And it was just wonderful. It was just a great time. And Ashley, she's in the Solo Stitchers with us, who has the same birthday as me. She sang again and created this great, just sing back and sing along song, and it was wonderful. The only bad thing that did happen at StitchCon this year was that I won nothing again. I didn't win the grand prize. I didn't win any of the prizes I put in for. And I will just say I spent a significant amount of money on raffle tickets. I was so convinced I was going to win. And last year I threw a fit, and this year I did too. So maybe next year's my year to win. But we'll see. And that is my StitchCon recap. I will say this, if anybody is questioning whether or not they want to go to StitchCon, whether or not they'll be okay if they're by themselves, or there was a group of ladies that met at StitchCon that came solo, I believe. And when they came solo, they Zoomed every single Monday, or, they had a scheduled Zoom every single Monday for the last year. And they were just incredible, and they made friendships that have gotten one of the ladies that went through something pretty dramatic in her life because of those friendships. And that's just exactly what it is. It's like creating friendships, and it's building friendships that last. And you guys, everybody loves to stitch, and it's just fun, and it's just really incredible. So if you are having any hesitancy about going or trying to go, then I would say do it. Do it. Don't be scared. Don't ever look back, and you will have the most incredible time of your life. And so that is all of the stitching, everyone. Thank you so very much for everybody who's watched. If you do like what you see, like, subscribe, do all the things. And I will be back in a month with all my normal things. StitchCon is in the books now. And so it's a lot. It's like stressful, but in a good way. It's exciting and nerve-wracking in a good way. So now that StitchCon is over for me, I will get back to my regular stitching and start preparing to go to the attic in August, which I don't know how I prepare for that other than just get ready mentally to meet Karen and Bryn and everybody. So that is all for the stitching. Again, thank you so much for watching all the way to the end. And it is on to just the very small portion of quilting. I have to still put the outside borders on the quilt I've been working on, but I did want to show that I have the top completely done except for the outside borders. And so I'm going to stand up and try to show this quilt. And I've shown the blocks, but I put this sashing in. And obviously it's going to be navy and cheddar, my jam. And I just created my own sashing and then did the layout. But once I get those outside borders on, I will take this to the quilter and have her quilt it. And I'm sorry you can't show the whole thing, but let's see if I can get this. So it is so beautiful. It's gonna be replacing this quilt behind me for a little bit. And I also received my Aunt Mildred, my husband's aunt. She's passed away last year, and she bought me my first sewing machine. So her daughter gave me one of her tops that she had put together with one of my husband's other aunts. And I have it, and I am also going to have that quilted. I don't have it to show because it's all bagged up and ready to take to the long armor. So I am going to do that. When I get home, I will get my sewing machine fixed and get these borders put on. And yeah, that's it. So again, thank you so much for watching all of the things, and please like, subscribe, and I will see you in a month. Happy stitching!